just send boost to Telegram and not teach your people that they got to comment 5 or 6 above their post because the support, like the comments, were going. So make sure if you're sharing a Telegram that you're boosting. So she did that. Like she never questioned. She always took time to do it. And I said, hey, get me on Zooms. And all you're doing when the Zoom's over, some people think they need some fancy presentation. I use the one in boards. Like, heck, it don't even have the pricing that I charge. Like, I charge 167. I still make it work. I'm like, hey, we get a better price point. Like, we make more than this even says. So we're working on getting the numbers right. But the key thing is when it was over, I always do the presentation. I never show the comp plan. I've tried showing the comp plan. If you get people confused, they're not going to join you. So you've got to keep it super simple. It tells them the benefits of the drops, the benefits of why people need to be ultimate. And if you can't get them ultimate, you can step back. Like, okay, well, get a 10 pack. You're going to lose 300 and some dollars that you could have made in retail money. But hey, if that's what works for you right now, just know that you have 4 Fridays from the day you start to get ultimate. Now, the company right now is running a promotion that anybody can get to ultimate. Do not put your bulk orders underneath somebody that is personally sponsored past their 4 Fridays. You still want to put your bulk orders in your personally sponsored people in their first 4 Fridays because that's going to pay you new volume bonus. The people that are past their 4 Fridays that can now upgrade, that's going to help out with volume. So do Zooms help them get there, but don't be placing your bulk orders underneath them because you're not going to make the percentage that you could make if you always put your bulk orders under a new personally sponsored person in their first 4 Fridays until they get to ultimate. So that's the system that we ran. And when the presentation was over, we just said, hey, what's your name? I mean, yesterday I met with a friend. She's like, what's the website? What's the company? I'm going to look at it. And I had the application. I do everything on my phone. I had her already to the enroll. She could pick a 4 pack, a 10 pack, and a 30 pack. I'm like, no, girl, you don't want to wait. Like, do you want to start out with a 30 pack? She's like, I'm not doing that. And I was like, okay, fine, 10 pack. Added it to her cart and I handed her my phone and said, fill this out. And she said, I'm not sure if I want to do this. And I said, oh, you do want to do this. We're going to work together and it's going to make you money. I was overly confident because I know this has changed my life. It can change their life. If you don't believe that, like get on the IPA calls. That's another thing Susan was great at. I said, hey, this is $1 million call. 5 days a week, get on the IPA call. We're not playing T-ball here. So if people say sell a discount, get a 4 pack, like you got to think bigger. We're team unstoppable. So on the side, I was coaching to say, just like I'm coaching you guys today, hey, you can't build like everybody on that call. There is some smaller minded thoughts. That's not how we think. Like we think big. I don't know how big you think, but there's a couple people here that have made $1 million a month in this industry and they're in this company. Maybe you don't think that big. You don't have to, but I do. And there's people here that are going to do it. And hey, my question is it going to be you? If not, if you want to make a few $100s a month or a week, that's fine. But your paycheck here is always on production of you and production of your team. And don't make it complicated. Like we get brand partners and we get customers. Our team gets brand partners, we get customers. Like look at the last week. Our weeks run Saturday to Friday. How many people did you introduce the product line to? How many people did you introduce the business to? And always paychecks are reflected by what people are producing and doing. So I was bad before I was good. I was good before I was great. I had to do something to get somewhere. But just like all of you guys, I started the same way. Nobody gets a good business and a bad business. This is equal opportunity. And who's going to go after it? Like, why not go after it? You can change your family's life here. And it's just so incredible what we have our hands on. So I'm going to turn it back to you.
So I love that, Susan. Hang on, I don't want to let you go yet. Tell us about, okay, we're our whole business is getting customers and getting brand partners. When you get a customer, because we're getting brand partners, and then they're going to have 30 customers for their first 30 pack. Tell us how you track those customers, what you do to support those customers, and how you convert those customers. Walk everybody through,
Okay,
because that.
that is wonderful because your customers and even you, like you want to be a product of the product. Like I wanted to try all the products. I wanted to take everything. We have 100. Well, I might not have bought them all at one time. I bought a lot of them at one time because I mean, we all eat. You can get the protein shakes for a few dollars a meal. It's way cheaper than a drive-through, and it's healthy and it has digestive enzymes. So I had allergies, so I wanted Benali. I no longer take allergy medicine. I needed energy and focus. Like I got 4 kids. Give me some Rejuvenex, and I was on sodas. So that got me off sodas without a headache. But you got to make sure you tell your customers on the drops, like follow up with them. Hey, I don't care how much fat, calories, all that. Look at ingredients. Like, what are you putting in your body? I went and did a drop talk this weekend or this week, and I learned, oh, well, they're doing almond creamer. Almond creamer has sugar and oil. So basically, they're pouring sugar, organic cane sugar. I don't care. It's still sugar. It's still spiking their sugar for 3 days. So, hey, eliminate that. I looked at some ingredients of things in the fridge, and I was like, hey, no, this is not good. Start looking at ingredients. And they weren't. So teach people. And if you don't know, start looking at every ingredient. See, if you don't have to read an ingredient list, you're eating a non processed food. That's even better. And pay attention to the foods list. But follow up with them. Say, hey, you've lost 5 pounds. Great. Let's jump on a call and jump on a call. Run them, get one of us if you're newer, and let's run through the presentation of, hey, we're going to show you more about these drops, educate them because that's what the presentation and boards does, and then show them you can get a 4 pack, a 10 pack, a 30 pack. Let's get you saving and making money and expect them to do it. Do I get everybody? No, but I get the people that truly want better and am able to step with them. And can't have the mentality of a job, because a job says be there at 8, you get off at 5, you have, or whatever, you have this much for lunch. Like we have to have the self-discipline to put effort. So be honest with yourself. What effort are you putting in to get brand partners and customers? And are you doing a video? Like the more vulnerable you get, the more real you are, the more you're relatable, and the more you'll be like a magnet and people will be attracted to you. So if you had anxiety and depression and it's better, or if you have more energy, like go live today, share, be vulnerable, say, hey, I felt like crying in my closet. I made excuses not to go anywhere. And that post, even though it brought me to tears as I was typing it, because I could feel the sadness that I felt in that time in my life, that people could relate to me. And then that brought me customers. And do business posts. If you're ultimate help wanted, like put out there, if you're going for a trip, say, hey, I'm on my way to earning a trip, whatever it is. And make sure that 1700 on 2 lines gives you savings bonus money and base commission. So 1700 and 1700, that's going to give you an extra 15% match and savings bonus. So know how to optimize the comp plan. And that's why we push Ultimate, because it allows people to work less to make more. And that's what we want for you. We want your life to be the best. And use the conversion text if you want to. But I love talking to people. I love being excited. I like connecting with them and just overly confident that, hey, you're doing this with me. Like you want a piece of this, because people do. They don't even know what they're saying no to. And some people will say no on average 7 times before they say yes. So I'm just persistent at improving people's lives.
I love that, Susan. And then what about whenever What about when you talk to somebody and they say, well, I'm not really losing weight. And then the brand partner's like, well, that's okay. Like, kind of keep it up. What would you do in that case? Talk
I'll
to them about the power
say
of the
it.
three-way call.
Yeah, so if they're not losing weight, get on a three-way call because 100%, it's scientifically proven. If they follow that food list, they're losing weight. Like there's nobody that defies the odds in that. I've taught classes. If people are doing the food list and taking the product, they lose weight twice as fast. So something's sneaking in their diet that's not allowing them to stay in fat burning mode. If they eat just the wrong creamer in the morning, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Stops fat burning for 3 days. So all their energy is going to come from that source of sugar for the next 3 days. That's science. That's not Susan facts. That's scientific facts. So teaching people to eliminate the bad stuff, get the good stuff, in a three-way call, we can help them along. And the beautiful thing is you can hear what we say. So you can learn as you're earning and helping your customers. So don't let people make you think, oh, well, this doesn't work for everybody. It works 100% for everybody that follows it. There's nobody that defies science. There's nobody that is an exception to the rule. And that's the beautiful thing of what we have. The only thing they're doing is not doing something right of what's going in their body. And protein is a big deal. So protein helps muscle, muscle helps metabolism. So make sure, and sometimes people are like, I'm doing grilled chicken. They pull out, I'm like, hey, what's in your grilled chicken? Nothing. Chicken. Where'd you get it? In your freezer. Pull it out. Chicken, it has sugar and oils in it. Read ingredients of everything. They mark it as good. Yogurt is terrible. Coconut yogurt. No, it has sugar. There is cocoa yo. It's the only one I've seen that's good. It's at Whole Foods here locally. But be careful and watch ingredients because 100% of the time something's sneaking in. And the sad thing is, some people will be like, oh, I'm a health coach. And they're sitting there eating the wrong things. They're doing like I did my whole life of, hey, I think I'm eating healthy because I've been marketed to, and we're not. So we truly got to get our body low glycemic and our body will stay in fat burning mode. The weight comes off, you feel amazing, and there is nothing that tastes as good as your results will feel. And I love Susan. She's like, seconds on your lips is not worth the inches on your hips, and that's exactly right. So I'll change.
Oh, I think. Okay, awesome, awesome. And then kind of, does everybody feel good about that in terms of your customers? Because I've seen Susan Frank a lot of times. I get somebody on a three-way call, and the next thing I know, the person goes from being unhappy to we're showing them a presentation and they're buying a 30-pack. So don't look at it as Debbie Downer. Oh, this person's not getting any results. No, turn everything into an opportunity. Okay, girl. Okay, dude, we're getting you results now. Okay, we got it troubleshot. Let's go. Let's make you some money. Let's help other people. And people you can come into your business. So use everything as an opportunity. Next, I want to talk a little bit about bringing in brand partners.
I have a quick question about that.
Okay.
Because you have been, using the product for a while, and I have some clients that they haven't lost weight. I'm going to invite them in a three-way call with you at some point. That's a great a reminder. Do you think for some people, for example, can be something that can stall their weight loss if they are over exercising? That can be another way of them not losing.
I have seen Talia, if they're like going to Orange Theory or if they're doing something crazy, they're running all the time, right? That excess cortisol. So what I did with a girl that used a set of drops that didn't really get great results, that was doing a lot of that exercise. Basically, what I did with her last week is I said, okay, let's make an agreement to not go to Orange Theory. You're going to walk. You can do super light weights, and if you want to do yoga. So she did that, and I said, up the protein, let's kind of cut the carbs down. And she lost 3 pounds. She's tiny. She has like 6 pounds to lose. So definitely I can see that, but 9 times out of 10, it's still ingredients in their supplements. So we want to check supplements, everybody, and we want to check labels. Here's my example. I came into the business. I didn't come into the business. I was running away from the business, wanting to be a retail customer. I did not think these products would work. Day 2, Susan Frank messages me, "Hey girl, how's it going?" Well, it's going okay. I haven't hardly lost any weight, maybe half a pound. She's like, "Well, what are you eating?" Well, I had 3 protein bars. Well, protein bars are not on the foods list. I was like, I'm excited that I didn't eat 7 protein bars. So she's like, get that out of your diet. So I'm like, okay, we're going to start ratcheting down this binge eating. Next day, she gets me on the phone. I'm still not super jazzed about the drops, to be honest. Like, and I wasn't doing it right. So she gets Todd Rowland on the phone. Next thing I know, between Susan and Todd Rowland, I have now bought $600 worth of products. No joke, you guys. They did not come in the mail yet. The next day, Susan Frank calls, messages me again. You see her persistency, you guys. It's not she's going to sell me a box of drops and she's going on with her life. She was totally invested in me. And I knew that. I was like, what is this girl's deal? I'm like, what is her deal? Maybe she knows something that I don't know. So then that next day, she said, get out your supplements, get out your ingredients. I pulled out my almonds. They had peanut oil in them. I pulled out one of my supplements, you guys, that had maltodextrin, which can keep your insulin spark for 15 days. We eliminated that. Guess what? Day 7, I had lost 4 pounds. 9 times out of 10, Talia, it's still ingredients with the exercise because people want to have 100. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Let me
What you
say
got?
something quick about that, because the other day we had a conversation in the chat about protein bars, and there was a recommendation that is mainly dates. Even though dates are great, when you have a bar full of dates, it's going to spike your blood sugar. For
Absolutely.
someone that has cortisol issues, blood sugar issues, or even hormone conditions, they cannot have that, even if dates have minerals and all the things. So that's something that we should be very careful if we want people to have success, so they can not only get better, but then join the business, because if they don't lose weight, they are not going to think the product is good.
So
Absolutely.
I think that a lot of times, you guys, that we're scared to tell them how strict they need to be on this glycemic food. We don't go over it enough, I think, because we're so excited about the product and the fact that it makes you feel good. But these people are looking at our weight loss pictures and they're wanting to lose the weight. So I think we need to be better, because I did a 3-way with someone who, one of our brand partners signed up, and she was on the phone and she said that she thought she was a very healthy eater already. And, you know, she did this and that. And I go, okay, girl, I go, give me a breakdown of what you had today. First thing out of her mouth is coffee creamer in her coffee, you know, just a little thing of Coffee Mate, you know, and then it went into 3 little taquitos, but they were small black bean taquitos, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I see that you're working out, because she was on a walk while she was talking to us, but we just talked to her. I said, okay, if your goal is weight loss, because sometimes some of us may have results without sticking to the foods list, so they just don't, or maybe they're still drinking, or maybe there's still habits that they're doing that aren't on our foods list. So they're like, well, I'm still having results, but I'm not following that strictly. But we need to be confident in letting them know, let's get you your results as fast as we can. And then when you get to maintenance mode, you do what you want, but we need to get you to your goal. So what is your goal? Is your goal just to feel good? Is your goal to have a life-changing situation where you actually, you know, can maintain this after the fact? What are we working with here? Because I want the most success for you, right? And so we have to be strong too by just sticking to that foods list and being honest and say, if you hop off this, it's going to give you 3 days until you get back into fat burning mode. Like it's kind of this whole, I feel like we get a little nervous because, you know, people want to buy the drops and then we have to go back in and go, but make sure you stick to this if you want the best results of your food list. And then that's a whole mind game with someone like, oh my gosh, is it that restrictive? But it's not, right? If we have options to give them instead of, so we just need to educate ourselves on what those options are.
I love all that, Amber. Thanks so much. And you know, guys, what we really need to be doing is everybody's got the group Healthy You, Healthy Food. We need to be plugging all of our customers and all of us be plugged into that Facebook group. That needs to be the platform. We have almost 5,000 people in there. Healthy You, Healthy Food. We need to be plugging in there. We need to use this as a platform to upsell products every week. So you've got people on drops. What else can we sell them? Pretty much everybody, if they were on Restorix, I don't know if y'all are all on Restorix, the detox binder, you will lose more weight. It will detox your body. Add that to your regimen if you're kind of stuck. If you have somebody that's had a lot of autoimmune, they're going to need Restorix. Like everybody needs Restorix. And if they've lost 15 pounds, they need Restorix. So we want to start going in there and educating. So that's what me and Susan and some of the other girls on this team are starting to work on. How can we make this platform interactive? Like we've got people that are health coaches here. We've got people that love to do food prep. All of you guys have amazing skills. So we want to really start utilizing this group and this platform because residual income is people own multiple products. Your brand partners own multiple products. So I like to find out what my brand partners, when they come in my business, what are their health challenges and really start talking to them about other products. One thing I want to touch on now is when you get a brand partner. When you get a brand partner, you guys, it is crucial that you stick to those people like White on Rice with their posting at 9 and 3. So I went this morning and I trained some people yesterday. I got back on their Facebook this morning and these girls really want it. I know they want it. And I see, well, one of them, she was like, I'm getting ready to post. And the other one, she just didn't move it to Telegram. I said, delete that post right now, repost it, move it to Telegram and get your comments and comment back. So everybody set your own alarms and set your brand partners alarms to 9 o'clock, 9:10, 3 o'clock, and 3:10 so that you do every step. Susan Frank, 15 months later, does every step of that post, boost a Telegram, and comment back at 9 and 3. So I'm seeing a lot of you guys, and this isn't like fuss at you day, but I'm just going to get real with you here. You say you want this, you say you want the extra income. I start tracking you girls when y'all, because I still look at y'all like I'm like, oh, what's she up to? Oh, what's she up to? Especially if we get off the phone and you're kind of negative. 95% of the time, you're not doing it's the tiniest thing. We're to post twice a day and do a lifestyle picture, you guys. This is not going to a factory and working in 110-degree weather. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get to do it from our phone. Don't get lazy. Don't get lazy because you've been here a while and you're in a slump, because your new brand partners are going to say, oh, well, what's Lisa doing? Is Lisa still posting every day? Well, if Lisa's posting every day, they're going to say, that's what I need to do. And stick with these people. When I asked you, oh, was your brand partner? It's 4 days in. I helped you get somebody in. And I say, oh, well, is she posting? Well, how many boxes has she sold? Letty used to get so mad at me because I'd be like, girl, how many boxes have you sold? Stephanie too. How many boxes have you sold? But I wanted to gauge what their production was. If they weren't producing, I needed to jump in there and help troubleshoot that. Does that make sense, you guys? That don't go through all that effort for you to train people and your upline to help you train people, and then you just kind of let them fall off.
And
Also,
another thing is if somebody knew me, trust me, like me enough to join me, I will never quit. Because somebody joined me, I'll never stop. I became unstoppable, and that's why I named that team. So if you have one person on your team, they loved you, cared about you, trusted you enough to join you, don't you dare quit on them, because that shows that, hey, I joined a quitter. Nobody wants to join quitters. So make sure that your people on your team are saying, I joined a winner, somebody that was persistent and consistent and learned how to get great at this.
yeah, I love it. I love it. And you guys, I went through, and I'll let Steph talk. I went through my lines today. And I said, I just started doing the math. How far am I from optimizing each line? I looked at line 1. I need 7 30 packs. I looked at line 2. We need 5 30 packs. I looked at line 3. We need 8 30 packs. You see what I'm saying? That is big scale vision. And then I just started dialing into each one of you. Okay, who's working here? Who's saying that they have somebody? Who can I talk to? It's Saturday morning and I'm already thinking that way. So if you girls have brought in 3 new brand partners over 3 weeks, your job is to help them get brand partners, not to just sell drops. Like maybe they want to retail, but everybody wants more than just retail money. So that's our job, is to dig down into them. I know, like, I brought in Talia brought in Debbie. Debbie's already now brought in several people. We're already trying to help those people bring in other people. So it's just a beautiful thing. And for you guys who was on Chris Dole's training, you saw how your volume is your whole team. It's not just what you can do. What you got for us, Steph?
Well, a couple of things. Susan had looked at a brand partner that I brought in, and this is a dear friend of mine, and her profile circle picture was her drinking a margarita, which I said to her when I brought her in. And I don't really think this is representative of the brand. So then, of course, then Susan mentions it to me, and I just had to give her a while to choose. I can't force her to take her margarita picture off of her Facebook, but she finally did. That's another thing to think about too. How are they repping themselves from brand management on their Facebook page? You have to approach everybody differently. Obviously, you can't control people. So maybe give them options, which leads me to the second thing about optionality. So the whole psychology of being told what to do, which my husband reminded me of, people do not like, well, maybe if they're a total follower, they do, but with regards, to, where was I going with this? That's some fun brain. Oh, yes. Being direct with people and helping them understand out of the gate. So my verbiage now is like, hey, you're purchasing these drops from me, you're getting involved. You have 3 options here. You can have good, better, or best results. I myself wanted to maximize and optimize. I was tired of white knuckling and dinking around with results. If you want maximum quick, fast results, because of what Dr. Strand showed us, you will follow the food plan. So you're giving them 3 options, letting them choose, but you're making a plug and you really are gently leading them down the path. Eat off of the food plan. I find that kind of helps people receive it better.
Okay, that's yeah, right. Whenever they don't know how to be perfect or think right, sometimes people just don't know. Everybody thinks they're eating healthy. That's great. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of times they don't
Susan,
know.
I do initially go, do you have coffee? And they get all scared. I'm like, no, coffee's not a demon. I'm just curious. Do you put anything in your coffee? So I always do ask them about coffee. And I always ask them initially, protein powders or bars. We're getting that out of the closet and we're going to address them. And people want to cling to their protein bars. I say, send me a picture of the ingredients. I don't care what's on the front. I've got to see the ingredients. And because there's some bad information floating around on Circle of Health with the own protein powder and just some other things, but protein powder, protein bars. If you drink coffee, what's in your coffee? And then nuts, because I put that picture in the chat. People don't know that their nuts have peanut oil or they're bathed in other oils and stuff like that. So that's my plug for being direct so they get results out the gate.
I love that. And you guys, if you have a before and after, do the before and after and put it on your profile so that when you're on there talking about your story, or you do a quick live and you're talking about these products, they can click and see that really quickly. And don't do it forever, but like put it up there. Change your profile picture more often and make sure it's consistent through your other platforms, because people, your profile picture being changed and getting commented on it gets a lot more traction. Also, like on Saturday and Sundays when everybody's on Facebook, I will sometimes set my alarm at 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'll just keep boosting my personal posts over and over again. So your before and after skinny drop campaign is not the only thing you can boost. Boost everything. Like use those algorithms. A girl in our team, Karen, from Canada. She'll do that because she got a lot of followers really quickly. I was like, how did you do that? She was the one that told me I do 9, 10, 11, and 12. Like I hit it back to back. You know, and if this is your job, and this was her second job, she's got a big, a big job that she can't be, doing everything. But on the weekends, on the weekends, she does that, and she does the 9 and 3. What you got, Debbie and Dana?
This is Dana. I just wanted to say that when y'all are talking about being direct and then tagging off of what Amber said and what Steph said, people want that directness. If we aren't going from a place of love and really wanting to serve these people, we have to be direct. We have to be real with them. And I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, because Steph does that for me. Shannon does that for me. Susan, you did that for me when I talked to you the first time. And I just wanted to say thanks, because we do have to be direct with these people, or we're not showing them true love and compassion.
Oh, I love that. That's a great way to look at it.
Uh-oh.
You
That's
gotta
me.
get out.
That's me. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Because I'm on my phone and on the TV. Okay, so one thing I wanted to add to that, as a fitness trainer, I always tell people, and you can take this to the bank, always drink half your body weight of water or more. So when I start speaking to my customers, I immediately say, are you drinking water? And the first thing they'll say is, oh, well, and so I show them I said, get you a big cup and fill this up at minimum 3 times a day. And I'm like, I know it's hard to do, but once you start drinking it, put a little lemon or a little lime, fresh lemon lime, it'll just take you through the day. And it does help them when they do that. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I just don't drink my water. I'm like, no, you have to drink your water, because that balances out your body. And it also helps with just cleaning out your systems, So I say that's a part of the regimen, not just eating, not just exercising. I'm a big fan of that, but taking the drops and the water. Just a little tip to add to people. It really makes a difference. And they will start seeing, the first thing they'll say is, oh, I'm up all night using the bathroom. No, if you start 20 ounces in the morning, right when you get up, and then wait 10 minutes, do your drops, and then start your day. So get that water in as soon as you wake up, because it'll start hydrating your body, and it'll actually make things start functioning and working properly. You won't be up all night using the bathroom. That's just my 2 cents. Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie. Love you, girl. You're doing so amazing. We're so proud of you. You're rocking and rolling over there. Her and Steph Pfeffer's about to go to Arizona and do a big fitness expo. And what I told Steph, I said, listen, me and Susan are going to be on standby for appointments for you girls. When you're there meeting with these people, do not tell them everything about it, everything about the 30 pack, blah, 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 blah. No. Okay, awesome. You're interested? What time works for you? 11 or 1 p.m.? Perfect. We've got you booked for a call. You've got the, top people in the world in this company. They want to give you special attention. And stop. Just like, right, if we're at other events. Look, I'm big on the stop today, aren't I? I'm like, just stop talking, because 98% of us, we just don't have the skill to close. Like, I didn't know how to close when I first got here at all. Jill M., I'm wanting to know, Jill, I'm going to St. Louis, and you guys, we love to come and support you guys, but I'm driving 15 hours one way. Okay, this is a big trip. I'm leaving my family. And Jill is doing amazing. Emily, a lot of girls on this team under Audrey Love. So Jill, I want to know 2 things. What are you saying to get to people to these meetings? And number 2, what are you saying to get people on Zooms and 3-way calls?
It depends on the individual.
Okay, give us some examples.
Well, for a 3-way, one, I had Tina, she just was like, I want to buy a pack. Okay. She's like, you know what? Actually, I want to buy a pack for my daughter too. And I was like, wait a minute. Do you have 15 minutes right now to jump on a call and let's talk about how you can get these for free? And I usually just say 15 minutes, and I don't be like a 3-way with my person, just simple. Do you have 15 minutes? Then when they get on the call, then I'm saying, hey, Susan, I'm in training. Susan's helping me, so that's that. Other people is, I'm networking a lot with people and just, I think I see the vision for them. And so I'm really excited what is a possibility for them. So I'm just very willing to just say, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing this Thursday at 5 p.m.? What are you doing? You know, hey, will you come out and support me? That's another one I've been using. Like, hey, I've got these people coming down at this thing I'm really excited about. Will you come out and support me?
Right. I need butts in the seat, right? I need butts in the seat. We got people coming from Florida, coming from Virginia. I mean, that's the thing, Susan. I wanted Susan to go and help me support me with a new team. And she's like, well, are they posting? And I start going and looking. Nope, nope, nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't support you and we can't expect others to support us if we're not doing the work. The work isn't hard though, right? The work can build you a 6-figure, 7-figure business. So just be brave, ask people, and the worst that they're going to do is tell you no. Letty, are you here? Do you want to tell them a little bit about being told no, or how many times you told me no? Who Letty ranked as CEO, you guys. That means her paycheck was $6,000 that week. That week. Looks like the dog.
So I had known Susan for, I think, about 4 or 5 years, right? Through energy healing. And we were both battling thyroid issues. And I was in a really bad place with my health at the time, which was a year ago this week. And Susan started messaging me, hey, you got to try these products. Hey, can you be on this call? And I didn't feel well. So I just kept on saying, no, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. I think I said it maybe 7 or 8 times, that many. And finally, when my doctor's office said that my health was too complicated and they couldn't help me, Susan just happened to text me, so are you ready to get started? And I said, absolutely. And that's how my journey started. I was looking to feel better. I was not looking for another business opportunity, but I'm very grateful for it now.
I love it, Letty. And did you hit 6 figures this year?
Yes.
You guys, 1 year in, 6 figures. And the same with Letty. Everything that Susan suggested she do, everything I suggested she do, she just did it. She just did it and she did it and she taught other ones to do it. She digs into her organization and just helps and helps and helps and helps. So this is the most beautiful opportunity that we could have. And if you start, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's just incredible. But that just goes to show, just because they say no to you once. She said I contacted her 7 times. Like, that's a little neurotic, isn't it? You would think, but it's not. God put somebody on my heart. Like, I'm going to listen and say, okay, I don't know why I keep thinking about her, but I'm going to reach out to her again and get shot down and get my ego hurt a little
Doesn't
bit.
say no. But you know what, though, also made a difference? Because I've tried other companies. I was looking for the company that had the right leadership, the right product, the right pay plan. And what I decided with this company was I was going to be teachable this time. I was going to do whatever they said to do. And that's made a world of difference. You know, did I cringe when I did those 30 days of posting on some of those posts? Absolutely. But I did it anyway because Susan and Susan said I had to. So that's made all the difference. Even if you don't want to do it and they're telling you to do it anyway.
I love that. And
It
that's
pays
what
off.
Talia said to me today. Like, Talia said that to me multiple times. Well, listen, I'm not doing good at making money. Y'all are making money. So I'm going to listen to what you're saying to make money. And it's not like from a bossy standpoint, right? Like, I knew nothing when I got here either. But what I did know is to never give up, to keep on stepping, to put my business first, and to know and remember when I went from having chronic fatigue and depression so bad that I felt like I couldn't even get off of the couch to feeling incredible. Tune into that energy of how great you felt when you first got those drops in your body, right? And how much people need to hear this and people need to know this. Does anybody have anything else of any kind before we close?
I want
Anything else
to
from
say
you, Susan?
Letty was newer. You were newer when you got started, and I said, "Hey, anybody want to go to Puerto Rico? Like you're going to Puerto Rico, you're going to meet the owners." So you invested in your business early on. Letty, she came to North Carolina to a retreat early on and got around us. She saw people's success. So people that plug in and not plug in and take drama away, but people that plug in and take vision away and when I plugged in, I was like, there's average people doing this. I can do this. Like it helped me believe in myself. So what you want to take away when there is things offered, like take advantage of it, because Letty flew from California to North Carolina to a retreat. She didn't even know us. Well, she knew Susan. She didn't know me. And look at her now.
And
So it takes investment, but I'll say that I am big time. If somebody says, even if they're producing, can you come do a drop talk to me? I stalk them on Facebook. If they're not doing the minimum of 9 and 3, I'm not going. Like I'm not. It's not fair. If they can't do the bare minimum of what we know, the system that works 15 months later, I still sold drops today. Do I sell drops every day? No, but I post every day and it cycles. So keep it positive, keep it.
Jeanette, what do you have to share with us? You were just in the Canada. Woo, you guys, Canada is about to explode. Find customers that know people in Canada. Find brand partners that know people in Canada. Tell us a little bit about the Hype Girl, because we're coming here next. We're about to explode Canada.
Well, you better get your butt up here.
Yeah.
I think that it was, I think for me, it was like, there was only 3 of us from Smithers that went, our brand partners, but I was thrilled with that because, it got me to see that bigger picture. So for me, it was kind of like, okay, this is my springboard. This is not just something that I'm going to just do on the side and just post 9 and 3. It's like, yeah, like that's what I started with posting 9, 3, boosting, selling retail. And I'm like, okay, I want more. And so it really made me just hungry for more. So
Perfect, girl.
that's where I'm at.
I expect to see some people on some Zooms this week. That's good.
Yeah,
I love that you've got the fire lit back under you. How long have you been with the company?
Since last September, when was that free between like that last tail of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Is Ann Wandishin on here today? Is Ann here? If so, Ann, I want you
I
to.
saw Ann on here.
Oh, perfect. Ann, will
I'm
you
on.
unmute and talk to us, girl, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing? You've got a team rocking and rolling like crazy.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing. We're following the system of growth. I encourage people to get on the IPAs. We focus on training everyone, teaching them the system of growth, using the we're trying to plug into everything and teach everything. But one of the things that that we do is that it's just kind of like what Susan was saying at the beginning. I really try to focus on I really do hold people's hands in the beginning, because there's a lot of information. There's, even if you've been in an industry like this before, the boards itself can be very overwhelming if you've never used it. And so I'm just always checking in with people, like, how are you doing today? How are the drops? How are that, like, and I'll be really honest, I am not super great with my customers. I need to work on that, because I'm so busy with building my team and helping them. They're like monopolizing my time. But I just, what I see here, if you were on that comp plan training this morning, I hope it clicked with you. The matching, like, it's great to get paid on the base pay and all the things. Like, this comp plan is amazing, but I'm gonna tell you what, that matching check is mind blowing. And when you understand what you have here, even if you can plug in and be consistent, even if it's not full time, and lean in and be coachable. I mean, I think Letty said that, Susan Cameron said that, Susan Frank said that. Being coachable is a huge part of this. And this is the other thing I did. You know, when I was introduced to the drops, like, I mean, you guys, I literally was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Well, guess what that did? That cost me, I did that from June until really October 1st, right after PXP. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this my way. What did that cost me? It cost me money. It cost me time. It cost me, it cost me a lot, and it cost my leaders a lot, because after PXP is when I checked my ego at the door, and I decided to follow the system of growth and to follow the leadership here. But I had to, and again, this is just me, this is my story. I had to go and see it for myself, because I have been in this industry for 22 years. So I had to go and I had to see that the coolest part of going to an event is that you see Liz Thurmond walking around, you see Kim Gray, you see Susan Frank, you see the before and afters right in front of your eyes. And it is so refreshing and incredible. And you're like, these are real people, these are real results. And you guys, I have never seen leadership like this before with this company. So this is what I do. I'm going to tell you, these are the things that so if you have a pen and paper, write these down. Why? Because I'm telling you what, this is what I say on every single 3-way call or Zoom with my team. I've been in this industry for 22 years. I was with a company when it had exponential growth. I felt called to leave that company 2 years ago. Why? Because it didn't have any of these factors anymore. And PartnerCo has all of them. So I'm just going to share these, because I know and these are, I think, are the keys. And I'm sorry my video's off, but you don't really want to see me right now. In order for a business like this to work, you have to have a viral product. That this is the only place you can get it is from partner.co. Okay. The next thing is you've got to have incredible leadership in the home office, and incredible leaders. We are debt free. We have 2 owners that are not taking a check right now, and they are working their heinies off. They make us look like schleps, at least me, because of how hard they're working and traveling all over the world to do PartnerCo Connect type events. We have incredible leadership in the field. That IPA every Monday through Friday, it is gold. That is gold. That is like, get on that, plug into that, get your leaders on that. If you work, take your lunch at that time. Why? Because you're going to get a nugget on that every single day that is going to help you completely shift your mindset for the day, so that you can do your best to lead your team and lead yourself. The next thing that this company has is that they have a comp plan that pays out up to 51%. You guys, look at the numbers. I mean, it is incredible. There is not another company that pays out up to 51%. And that's from the company, let alone being able to buy the product in bulk and make the money that we can make on a 30 pack with the return on investment. It is mind blowing. So somebody can win here and not build a team and make great money just retailing the product. But guess what? When they realize, oh, if I just start building the team, I can unlock all these different ways to get paid. It is incredible. And the last thing is that in order for you to have success in this, for a company to really be able to have exponential growth, you have to have a system of growth that works. You have to. It's 2025, and the system of growth is using social media, and it works. It works. And so that's what I tell everybody. And that's what I share with my team. I get so excited because I have been part of something with exponential growth before. And I'm going to tell you what, it was child's play compared to this company. And I made significant income, and it is nothing compared to what people have the opportunity to do here. So I just want you to be encouraged. And I'm also going to tell you this too. I've had a lot of health issues. Susan know, Letty knows. I talked to her about in Florida. And so I'm working through it, but I have not had the testimonial physically that I would love to have at this point in time. But it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And there are a lot of people that would have given up because of not having the physical testimonial that they want, because oh, and I get that, then I can build. No, you build while you're getting that. You build while you're getting healthier. This is the most incredible opportunity. Obviously I'm chatty this morning. I didn't even know it. So I'm gonna stop talking. But I mean, this
You're
is just an
fired up, girl. You're
opportunity
fired up.
of a lifetime. So I'm
We-
very grateful for
we
Susan and Susan
We
and
appreciate
Debbie
you,
and
girl.
Barb and all the people. Like, so excited.
You're doing so amazing. We're so proud of you. And that is, excuse me, one time. Yes. Can you help me get a package? No, not right now. Because I'm on a Zoom with 100 people. That's why. But I'll help you as soon as this is over. Let me stop the recording, and I want to know one thing. I want everybody to put in the